Welcome to yet another video from an obsessed 21 Pilots fan. Goodness, the reception on my last video was absolutely insane. Thank you so much to Demo for sharing my video with their fan base. It made me really happy to know that a content creator I got inspiration from likes my content. I hope to keep making content similar to this, and with time I'll do more advanced sort of stuff. Also, Dima, if you want to do like a collaboration of some kind in the future, I wouldn't say no to that. Alright, well, let's get right into it. In this video, I'll be going a lot into detail on the topic of Scaled and Icy. A lot of big fans of 21 Pilots have panned this album due to it being nothing like any of their previous works, with a much different sound and vibe than its predecessor, Trench. I'm here to take a deeper dive into this album and try to discover why people don't like it all that much. In my personal opinion, it isn't that bad, but I don't think I'll ever catch myself listening to it from start to finish on a regular basis. So just like my Clancy video, we'll be going over Scaled and Icy in detail, covering all the aspects of it, and we'll attempt to uncover what went wrong. So, Scaled and Icy came out in May of 2021, which was just as the COVID-19 pandemic was slowing down for the most part. I don't personally believe that this made a huge impact on the album later on, but I feel that most of public media's numbers had dropped due to the pandemic. Most movies, products, and other releases got hampered down by the craziness of what was going on during 2020 and 2021. In Scaled and Icy's case, it didn't seem to slow down the hype in any way, but make it stronger. I remember fondly when Shy Away came out, a lot of the clique were excited whilst also being surprised. This song sounded different, much different. It was a difference that seemed to divide the fan base in half. Lots of fans were excited by a new and refreshing style that seemed similar to regional of Best and Vessel. A good chunk of the clique was put off by this upbeat sound, saying that it was nothing like Trench or Blurryface. I personally didn't mind Shy Away and thought it was a clever twist on a sound they had once tapped into a long time ago. A little while after Shy Away's Half and Half released into the world of music, Choker followed with it as the second Scaled and Icy single. This song was somewhat well received by the fans, having the same upbeat pop-like vibes as Shy Away. I remember seeing some fans becoming worried, thinking that they were becoming like every other artist in the current day, making rehashed pop music. Albeit Choker did have some 2010s, 2020s pop vibes, you could still hear the 21 Pilots sound in it. Things seemed to get worse for the band when Saturday's lyrics video was released. Out of the three pre-release singles, this one seemed to get the most hate. Even Tyler acknowledges this, along with the rest of Scaled and Icy and Backslide on Clancy, wishing how he never made Saturday. I'm assuming he's also talking about the rest of Scaled and Icy as a whole, considering the negative feedback it had gotten up to that point. The day is May 1st, 2021. Scaled and Icy is released onto all music platforms. People listen to it, and it seems like people are very meh about the album. 11 out of 10 of the tracks have a very pop and upbeat vibe to them, of which a good majority of the clique isn't used to seeing from the band, so in turn, they don't seem to like it all that much. Let's go through each track on Scaled and Icy other than the singles, and see what makes the song so panned across the community. In the first song and non-single in Scaled and Icy is Good Day. This song has good in the name and good vibes all around. This song talks about the negatives in life and making them into good things. My best friend just sued me, it's a good day, so on and so forth. It's a very positive and upbeat song in the melody and sound, but the lyrics look at the opposite. Its structure is very interesting. And the way that they went about creating the song wasn't bad, it's just what some fans would consider too pop-like. It's really hard, for me at least, to look at all these songs and not think, oh, but it's just another 2020s pop song. But for the sake of the video, I will be more concise in my viewing of each song and try to delve deeper into the identity of the song, less as a 2020s pop song and more of a 21 Pilots twist on the genre. To me, I think that's the case here. The whole album is taking something that most people are getting sick and tired of and turning it into their own thing. If you've ever listened to Scaled and Icy, you'd know that it isn't exactly the stereotypical 2020s pop upbeat sound. It has a twist to it, something that I think makes it sound different. I think all throughout this album, Tyler and Josh's take on the pop genre is this. This is Scaled and Icy. It's a different take, and it's a different version of the thing we've been seeing for the past 5, 6, 7 years now. So I say for this video, if you're a big Scaled and Icy hater, to look at it with me through the same lenses. The idea that this is an inspired take on the genre rather than them copy and pasting it. The rest of the songs in this album seem to have a similar touch to that Good Day and the singles had, with its happy-go-lucky sound. The outlier of this, to me at least, is No Chances. This song has a very bassy and EDM-like start to it, with Josh's drums seeming to be more prevalent in this song as a whole. It sounds the most like their previous works, in my opinion. Let's jump back to The Outside, one of my favorite tracks on the album. It continues this pop-like vibe, but in a way that I really enjoyed. This, to me, was the perfect mix of 21 Pilots and pop music. It is a stellar instrumental that I instantly fell in love with, and the lyrics sound so strange yet so captivating. The music video for this song is really fun and exciting to watch, knowing that it had major lore implications and as time has gone on. I love this song a lot, and I really don't understand why people dislike it. As you can see, I'm the most bipolar Scaled and Icy fan in the world. Following the Outside is Saturday, which seems to be the poster child of the whole Scaled and Icy is bad movement. Like I said earlier, when I talked about its single debut, it wasn't very liked by the community. I wanted to touch on it again to say that people really have been trying to apologize for the hate they originally gave it, especially after the lyrics from Backslide came out earlier this year. Never Take It is a song which I personally am not a big fan of. I don't dislike it or anything, it just never clicked with me the same way Outside had done. This song is yet again pop-like in its structure and yet again hits on Tyler's specialty, hidden meanings and things we'll never fully understand. I love that despite the total difference in sound and quite a drastic change in the way that he had done lyrics for this album, he still manages to make each and every song individual with its tone and meaning. It doesn't seem to matter what the song sounds like or what the lyrics are, he's really just that damn good at having each song mean something in one way or another. Mulberry Street is up next, and dang does this song hit. This song very much an upbeat and falsetto song. I love Tyler's voice on this song as he really hits notes that make this song stand out and be different amongst all the other songs on his album. Yet again, this song has a 2020s pop sound to it, just like the rest, and at this point it's really gotten to a point where you expect it, and that's a good thing in my opinion. Keeping the album consistent in its pop roots is a good thing, making the album feel cohesive and glued together very well. Formidable is this album's love song, if you will. This song is directed to Tyler's wife, and the song about how he loves her and he will follow her anywhere. He looks back on their 13-year history and reminisces about all the good times they've had. I want to see it all, no surprises, he says in the song. I think this is one of Tyler's better love songs, and to me, it's the second best song on the album. Of course, it's no tear in my heart, but it definitely is up there for me in terms of songs that he's made for his wife. Bounce Man is what most people call the wackiest song on the album. I personally like to picture Tyler and Josh just sitting down and brainstorming song ideas, and the Tyler just blurts out Mexico, running away, committing crimes, making music. I like this song purely for its wacky and different style of lyrics, and how it's not afraid to stand out. For what I've seen from most of the clique, this is one of the more hated songs on the album, purely for its randomness and out-of-pocketness, if you will. See what I'm saying? People are all over the place about this album. It's kind of crazy. And then last but not least, Redecorate, what most people consider the best song on the album. And some say it's their best closer ever, and man, I can't really disagree. This song is so heavy in its beating, it's so clear, at least to me. I heard this song for the first time and shed a couple of tears. It was that good. I love this song so much, and this is the best song on the album. Like I said, I can't disagree. To me, this song talking about how depression and suicidal thoughts have corrupted someone's mind and how they're nearing the edge. They can't do it anymore. But then they have an epiphany of some kind. I don't want to go like this. At least let me clean my room, the lyrics say. I think this is a metaphor for someone's mind. I don't want to end my own life. I should clean my mind, or at least redecorate it somehow so I can get better. I love how this song takes such a hard topic and makes it so easy to see and understand. They really nailed it with this song, and it's so good at what it was made to be. This alone makes me not dislike this album. I really wish they did more songs like Redecorate. I really do. The songs of this album, despite their different sound, are very well crafted in their lyrics, hidden meanings, and lore. About the lore. This album does not shy away from the lore whatsoever. It expands Tyler and Josh's ever-growing universe in such a different way, taking a different direction with the story. It continues right off of Trench's finish, with Clancy being taken back to Dima. Dima, this would be a great time for you to come in and pop up and help me explain the lore, because I have no clue what I'm talking about. And word spreads around the city that Clancy has tried to escape multiple times. The Bishops decide to use this to their advantage and make Clancy create and perform propaganda music. This whole album is trying to hide all the things Clancy has attempted and the people not even consider going outside the walls. This album really does a good job with the lore, and it's a very fun part of the story that I personally really enjoyed. 21 Pilots also did a Scaled and Icy live stream, which has even more lore tied into it, which I still don't really understand. Again, Dima, this is your cue, please help. This album is really unique in its way that it steers the story, and it's a very important foundation for the events of Clancy. It really does go to show that despite the difference in dislike style and the sound of the album, the lore and hidden meaning still be just as good as they have been for the previous albums that they've done. Just like I did for my Clancy video, I'm going to touch on the marketing for Skilled and Icy. To me, marketing is a very important piece of an album. It shows how willing the artist is to put their product out there and share it with the world. Skilled and Icy had no shortage on its marketing, with huge billboards and banners going across the world showing their new colors and brand new logo. The logo and colors from this album were very different compared to something such as Trench. We went from yellow and black, more dark and brooding colors, if you will, to pink, blue, and cream colors. I'm honestly a big fan of this album's color scheme, as it really signals to the listener that this album is going to be much different than any of their previous works. They really wanted to get the idea across, and to me, they nailed it. The outfits of this era were all over the place, from the outfits in the Outside music video, to the pink, colorful hair Tyler has for the majority of the album, to the weird buns that he does in Shy Away's music video. They really decided to go all out for the outfits this go around. I love how different the outfits were, just like the album. They really, really, really wanted to show the fans that they were going to do something different for once, and that was going to be a big, big change. He also made a live stream version of the album, which I would consider under the marketing, because they made all these live versions of the entire Skilled and Icy album along with a couple of their other bigger hits. And that was something I really enjoyed and hope that they do more in the future, because it was a really nice touch to the album, because the album was relatively short, and the fact that they also added a live stream version, and we got Gifted Heathens and Trees live stream, which is like the greatest song ever. It really, really was a nice touch to this era that I really hope they do sometime in the future. I briefly touched on the music videos for each song, but I wanted to go a bit more in depth on them, just like I had done with my Clancy video. These music videos were a lot more fun and lighthearted than some of the other music videos they've done in the past, considering there were very few of them. They gave vibes that reflect right off the songs themselves, from Choker's silly plot with the toy dragon and Josh tackling Tyler to the Outside's lore-heavy music video. They really did a stellar job on the music videos this album. I love how the videos have such a carefree spirit in them, and it makes it so much more fun. Saturday is probably my favorite music video of the three, a very interesting concept executed in a very fun way. I still can't get over the scene when Tyler screams in the song and it pans over to Josh with his mouth gaping wide open as the water fills in the submarine. I wish they could have done more music videos for this album, as I believe it would have made the album so much better and so much more fun to watch the music videos. Clancy did this perfectly, and I really wish they would have executed that idea a little bit sooner. So I wanted to get a couple members of the clique to voice their opinions on the album, just so there are a couple different perspectives in the video, and you guys have a gauge on fans that have been here before Scaled and Icy and a fan that's been here after Scaled and Icy. So I'm going to bring in a couple of people that I know to voice their opinions. I'm going to ask them a couple of questions. They're going to answer those questions, and it's going to be really cool, and I hope you guys enjoy this part. Alright, so here are the questions for the members of the clique. Question 1. When Scaled and Icy first came out, what were your first thoughts? And if you weren't a fan when it first came out, what were your thoughts when you first listened to it? Question 2. Are there any songs in the album that you really enjoy? If so, why? Question 3. If you were to recommend an album to a new fan, which Scaled and Icy be your first? If so, why? And question 4. Are there any things about the album that you wish were done differently?
So I first started listening to Scaled and Icy a few months ago, and from the first time I heard it, I really enjoyed it. I loved how upbeat and energetic it sounded, and although it's not my favorite album of theirs, I will probably always enjoy listening to it. I'd have to say the song I enjoy the most on this album is Shy Away. I love the message of this song. It has such a good message, and also it just sounds really great. This would not be the first album I would recommend to a new fan, not because it's a bad album, but because it sounds very different from the rest of their music, so it might confuse a new listener. Honestly, no. I liked that they tried to do something different with this album, that they tried to shake things up a little bit with their sound. And I think that they just did a really good job. It was very well done. I also really liked the album cover. Um, the vibrant pink and blue is just very fun. Um, so overall, I don't think that there's anything I would change about it. I would probably rate the album a 7 out of 10.
So this is the second click member who I asked the questions in the they weren't able to give me a recorded answer, so I took screenshots of their answers here on Discord, and they gave me some really really nice answers, really detailed, and they've been a fan. It says here since 2015, so it's really cool to see how the difference between a fan since a couple months and a fan for years can be. They're still both very detailed in their responses, but they have different responses based off of what they've witnessed from the band, and it's really cool to see how different of an impact a longer, I guess, relationship with a band can make, and a different perspective based on how long you've been a fan of said band. And I find it really cool, and it's pretty awesome to see. Tyler made this album as a sign that he was getting better in terms of his battles with mental health. That's why it's such a different sound, and it sounds much more upbeat than his previous works. It was an anthem for overcoming mental health and beating the struggles that everyday life throws at us. I think he really wanted to show us how he was doing, and that his life was getting better. It's the same story with Oldie Station, yet on a larger scale. It goes to show that Tyler really treats his fanbase like friends and family, and cares enough about us to get down on a personal level with us. It makes me sad knowing that Tyler may never try this again due to a negative reception of Scaled and Icy and what has been going on with Oldie Station recently. I hope that all of this doesn't discourage Tyler from making more music like this, because I know for a fact that I really enjoy and cherish that he's willing to even try to make his music like this and make it personal when you melt it down to its finer details. So, what have we learned by diving deeper into Scaled and Icy? It really all boils down to an opinion. I can definitely see why people in the clique don't like the album due to how different it was in nearly all aspects of its creation, but I can also see why there are a lot of fans that love it. At the end of the day, it is a very different piece of art from what they've done in the past, and it's up to the listener to interpret their own thoughts on the lyrics, the sound, and the vibes of the album. Personally, I don't mind the album. It has its highs and it surely has its lows. Like I said at the start, I wouldn't catch myself sitting down and listening to it on a regular basis. I do think that it could have been a lot better in its execution of some aspects, but it certainly doesn't fail. Thank you all so much for watching this video. I hope you really enjoyed going deep into Scaled and Icy with me. If you enjoyed this video, feel free to leave your own opinions in the comments, and if you want, you can shoot me a like as well. That would be very appreciated. So, just wanted to say, this is me after editing the video and making the outro. I just wanted to say that I have this little picture on screen with an interaction between me and the friend of mine that I used to ask the questions for this video, and I just wanted to point out how much I love the environment of this fan base and how awesome everybody is, and how we can all unite over some music and we all have these cool moments with each other. And I got to share this really cool moment with him, and just shows how dedicated some people are to being a fan of music or any sort of like a media franchise or anything like that. I just wanted to comment on the fact that it was really awesome that all this happened, and it was really cool just getting to talk to people who enjoyed this band as much as I do, and it was quite the I wouldn't say awakening. It was nice to know there are people out there who are just as obsessed as I am, willing to lend me their time to talk about something for the internet, and I just really cool moment, really cool interaction, and just wanted to say that because it was just a fun moment, and I'm glad that I get to do stuff like this, and I have the motivation and the time and the knowledge. So just wanted to say thank you to everyone who helped me make this video, and yet again want to say I will close it out with a feel free to comment and like and whatever else you guys do with your YouTube videos anymore. And I will see you all